hope you are keeping safe. This is Shweta Khetrapal. In this video, we are going to study English language, chapter number 2, subject and predicate for class 6. Students, in the previous chapter, you learned about what are sentences. In this video, we are going to learn about a subject and predicate in a sentence. In every sentence, we mention a person, place, or thing, and then we say something about that person, place, or thing. The person, place, or thing we mention is the subject, whereas whatever we say about the person or the thing is the predicate. Now look at these sentences given below. The first sentence is, the fishermen are catching fish. The second sentence is, I live in Mumbai. The third sentence is, Lucy is playing piano. In the first sentence, the fisherman is the subject and are catching fish is the predicate, which tells us about what the subject, the fisherman, is doing. Similarly, in the second sentence, I is the subject and live in Mumbai is the predicate. In the third sentence, Lucy is the subject and is playing piano is the predicate. How to define a subject in a sentence? A subject may be a simple subject or a complete subject. The simple subject is the main noun or pronoun in the complete subject. Look at the sentence below. The ticket checker checked the tickets. Here, ticket checker is the simple subject or the complete subject, whereas check the tickets is the predicate. And how to define a predicate in a sentence? What is a simple predicate or a complete predicate? It is the verb or the verb phrase plus all the words after the verb. Look at the sentence below. Ram, the tailor, is stitching my dress for the fancy dress competition. Here, is stitching is the verb phrase and all the words that follows the verb phrase along with it form the complete predicate. Now look at some more examples. These sentences will help you in understanding and learning to differentiate between a subject and a predicate. Moving on to the textbook. Children, I hope you have downloaded the book from the given link. This is a warm-up exercise. In the blanks, mention whether the highlighted word or a phrase is a subject or a predicate. As you can see, the exercise has already been done for you. Children, kindly take the screenshots. The first sentence is, Lata lives in Bangalore. Here, Lata is the highlighted word and also a noun. So it is a subject. Similarly, Katie is a sweet girl. Here a phrase, is a sweet girl, is highlighted, and as it contains a verb, is. It is a predicate. It also tells us about the subject Katie, that she is a sweet girl, and so on. Every sentence has two parts, a subject and a predicate. The subject is a noun or the pronoun about which the sentence tells us something. The predicate tells us something about the subject. The predicate contains the action done by the subject. This I have already explained it to you. Now let us read and understand a compound subject and predicate. The subject in a sentence may occur as one word or a phrase. For example, Kohli was unwell. Here Kohli is a subject which is also a one word, or we may also call it a simple subject. Similarly, the captain of the team was unwell. This is a phrase which is a subject. We can also call it a complete subject. Many African countries are struggling to fight poverty. Here, many African countries is a phrase and it is also a subject. We can call it a complete subject. Similarly, the melting of the Himalayan glaciers is alarming. Playing cards is my grandpa's favorite pastime. Playing outdoor games is good for children. Sometimes a sentence can consist of two or more subjects. The subjects are usually joined by the conjunctions like and, or, both and, either or, neither nor, as well as, along with, or not only but also. These all are conjunctions. For example, my mother and my granny are going to a mall. Here, my mother and my granny are subjects, and they are joined by the conjunction and. So, they both are called as a compound subject. Are going to a mall is a predicate. Similarly, either Shravan or Bhuvan will win the race. We can see either Shravan or Bhuvan is a subject. Since they are joined by the conjunction or, they are called as compound subjects. So, when two subjects are joined by a conjunction, it is called as a compound subject. Rest will win the race is the predicate. The soldiers as well as the general are marching. Here the soldier as well as the general is a compound subject and are marching is the predicate. Same is the sentence, a car along with a truck was stowed away by a crane. When a verb has two or more subject, as I have explained, we say that the verb has a compound subject. The predicate in a sentence may have one word or more than one word. If it has one word, for example, birds fly, it is a simple predicate. And if it has two words in a predicate, was very naughty, if you can see, the puppy was very naughty. It is a complete predicate. Remember, the predicate of a sentence will always contain a verb. Sometimes a sentence can consist of two or more predicates. The predicates are usually joined by the conjunction. And these are the examples of the conjunctions which can be used. And, or, both and, either or, neither nor, as well as along with, not only but also. Now these are the examples. Aditya lives in Chennai and speaks Tamil. Now this is the verb phrase, lives in Chennai and speaks Tamil. Both verb phrase are joined by the conjunction and. So lives in Chennai and speaks Tamil becomes a compound predicate since it's joined by a conjunction and. In the second sentence, she is the subject. Came, saw and conquered is the predicate. Since came, saw is joined by the conjunction and with conquered, it becomes a compound predicate. The third sentence is the dolphin swam and splashed near a boat. We can see the predicate is swam and splashed near a boat. Both the verb phrase like swam and splash near a boat are joined by the conjunction and, so it becomes a compound predicate. When two or more verbs or verb phrase that share the same subject are joined by a conjunction, we call it a compound predicate. Now, let's practice. Exercise A. Underline the subjects and circle the predicates. Identify the compound subjects and predicate. You can see that there are two parts of the question. Now, the first part asks you to underline the subjects and circle the predicate. As you can see, the exercise has already been done for you. Here, I have underlined the predicate in all the sentences in red. You may kindly take the screenshots. In the second part, as you can see, identify the compound subjects and predicate. I would suggest you to practice and find them yourself, though the solution for this has been given for this. Now see, I play with my friends. Here we could see that there is no compound subject or compound predicate. Similarly, the earth is moving in its orbit and spinning on its axis. We can see the predicate is moving in its orbit and spinning on its axis. These both are verb phrase and are joined by the conjunction and. So it is a compound predicate. Now in the third sentence, this is an imperative sentence. Please chop the vegetables. Now you can see that I have written you in the beginning. Now we can see that in imperative sentences, you is not easy to find or maybe missing. So here the subject you is understood. So here we can see that you is the subject, whereas rest is the predicate. And the same way, the exercise has been solved for you. You can study them carefully. All the predicates have been underlined. Here also, the answers to the second question, that is, find out the compound predicate and compound subject, has been given for you. You may kindly maintain the notes and take the screenshots. Moving on to the next. Identify the subject. Now, how to identify the subject? Very often, the subject comes before the verb. For example, Mahima is my best friend. Mr. Khan is our class teacher. You can see that Mahima is the subject and it has come before is, which is a verb. Similarly, Mr. Khan is our class teacher. Is a verb and Mr. Khan is the subject which comes before a verb. In the last slide, I explained you that generally a verb follows a subject. However, in some sentences, the subject follows the verb. Let us study them carefully. Sentences that begin with here or there. In sentences that begin with here or there, the subject usually appears at the end. Now you can have a look at the examples. There are the two puppies. You can see the sentence starts with there and the subject is the two puppies, which appears at the end. In the sentences that starts with here, you can see that the subject again appears at the end. Here, the shop is the subject, which is joined by the verb is. Interrogative sentences. In interrogative sentences, the subject follows the auxiliary verb or the helping verb. Now, in the first sentence, does Maya need another blanket? Here it starts with an auxiliary verb, does, and you can see that Maya, which is the subject, follows it. Need another blanket. Have we met before? Here, we is the subject that follows the auxiliary verb, have. Did the dog bark? Here, dog is the subject which follows the auxiliary did. To understand better, let's see. To find the subject in an interrogative sentence, we should change the question into a declarative sentence. For example, Maya needs another blanket. You can again look up to the first sentence. Does Maya need another blanket? When you convert this interrogative questions to a declarative sentence, you may find the subject in the beginning. So to find out the subject, you can also adopt another method. You can convert the interrogative sentence into a declarative sentence. So you will get the subject in the beginning of the sentence. Similarly, we have met before. Have we met before? Been converted into declarative sentence. We have met before. We is the subject. The dog barked. Here dog is the subject. Imperative sentence. In imperative sentences, the subject is you, but it is not usually written or spoken. This I have already explained it to you. Now let me explain it again. In imperative sentences, subject is missing or may be difficult to find. So what will be the subject? Here, you is understood as the subject. You can see these all are imperative sentences and you is an understood subject. Exclamatory sentences. In exclamatory sentences, the subject comes before the verb. For example, how beautiful she looks. Now you can see the subject comes before the verb looks. Now, how will you find it? Like to find out more easily, you can see to find the subject, we should change the exclamatory sentence into a declarative sentence. So in the similar way, you have to convert the exclamatory sentence into a declarative to make it easier for you to find the subject. How beautiful she looks have been changed to she looks very beautiful. Here she is the subject. The Taj Mahal is amazing. The Taj Mahal is the subject. Sometimes sentence takes it as their subject. This is usually used in non-imperative sentences where the subject is not directly attached to the verb, but it is placed elsewhere in the sentence. Let us see the example. It is a bright sunny day. Here we are talking about the weather. It is going to rain today. Again, we are talking about the weather. It is a dummy pronoun and acts just like any other noun or pronoun in a sentence. Unlike the ordinary pronoun it, dummy it pronoun refers to nothing specific. Similarly, we use there as a dummy subject in the structure like there is and there are. For example, there is a man outside the office who wants to talk to you. So here there is a dummy subject. Similarly, there are quite a few souvenir shops outside the Taj Mahal. Here there are is a dummy subject. Exercise B is underline the subject in each of these sentences. This exercise has already been done for you. You can take the screenshots and maintain the notes. Exercise C. Complete the sentences by adding suitable compound, subjects or predicate. Here, in the first sentence, the last book I've written was inspiring and interesting. Here it was required to write down a suitable compound predicate. So I have used any predicate which I wanted, any compound predicate that I wish to write. You can write and practice all these sentences by your own as per the requirement of the sentences. That's all for subject and predicate. Thank you, children. Stay safe.